Alright, Shalom. I want to say Shabbat Shalom. Before I open up, I want to give all glory, all praises, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. And as always, peace and salutations to Ophelect and the Sisakim pushing truth throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Uriah coming at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And as you can see, the title of this lesson, the title of this article, The Moral Decline and the Fall of the American Empire. And the spirit jumped on me to do this lesson. Just listen to a couple of the brothers' videos, and pretty much was talking about everything is just pretty much people are languishing, everything is destroyed, the family structure. Because when you look around America, everything is morally destroyed, man. You got men want to be women, women want to be men, men arguing with women, children all out of order. You got young women, children going wild, especially in the Jake community. A lot of these killings and shootings be happening. It'd be young guys doing these things from the ages of 9 on up, man. You got sodomite behaviors running rampant. You know what I'm saying? The hitman office, if you know what I mean, with the babies. And these are signs of the moral decline of America, man. It said the phrase "the fall of America" suggests some cataclysmic event ended the American empire, which has stretched from Maine to California and Florida to Washington. But at the end, there is no straining at the gates, no barbarian hordes that dispatch the American empire in one swoop. And we know through the scriptures how this place is going to be destroyed, by way of thermonuclear hellfire, man. Right at the empire fell slowly as a result, challenged from within, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to jump down because I haven't really checked this article out, but like you just, you pretty much, skimming through, and a couple things caught my eye. It said it says the blurred line between moral behavior and the practice of political correctness, so as not as to offend those blatantly disregarding the law, rejecting the very principle which our country was founded, has led the majority of America to accept moral decay as a new normal and inevitable. Has this 21st century cult form of idolatry corrupted to such a degree we are at the point of no return, hence signaling the end of the American experiment? That's what you're seeing, man. Because a lot of these things in which we're seeing that's going on in America is tied to idol worship at the end of the day. What is the hitman office? People going, women going to the hitman office to get their child, their seed that's been in their stomach to remove. A lot of those things go back to idol worship, and the one that come to mind is the god of Molech, which they had to do child sacrifice, which is big here. And you seeing that's a lot going on rampant. Children, coming up missing, man. It says the great American experiment was a rejection of ancient European feudalism in favor of individual sovereignty and political equality in a form of constitutional republic. The United States of America is not a democracy, and is authentically to concept. It is the anti. Excuse me, I'm not saying this correctly. Ethical to the concept of mob rule. The history of the decline and the fall of Roman Empire by Edward, whatever his name is, identify causations for the collapse of one of history's greatest empires and parallel America's current course of destruction, man. That's what you see. And America is nothing but Rome all over again. It has technology, man. Said these are 3 of 5 major causes given put forth: the breakdown of family nucleus, which you're seeing right now. The whole family structure dynamic has been destroyed, especially in the so-called black and Latino community, man. You know what I'm saying? Insatiable craving for pleasure, and don't we see that? I was talking to my real girl earlier, man. We was just talking about how, pretty much they desensitize us to sex, man. Something that that's sacred between man and woman. Sex. They desensitize us to us. They over sexualize every goddamn thing, man. Now they put it in their cartoons, man. You know, when we was younger, they subliminally put it in, but now they just bold with it now, man. Now you got two moles swapping spit on television, man, which is a goddamn abomination at the end of the day. Hedoism and moral decay of religion. And they said America was built on Christian principles, man. We know that Christianity, has, history is embedded in wickedness, man. At the end of the day, man, Christians that came over here that raped, robbed, and murdered, and took the land from the Native American Indians, man, in the name of Christianity, in the name of Jesus Christ, which is not the name of the Lord, because we know through this, through the scriptures that, through the Spirit, that the name of the Lord is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, meaning He is, and the Son name Yahweh Shai, meaning He saves, man. But anyway, like Rome, it is the American empire rotting and crumbling under the weight of decades of neglect of its founding principles and moral decay. And then what's that damn devil name? Ronald Reagan said that the Bible is the law of the land. You know what I'm saying? What did the Lord say about these devils, man? Real quick. Let's go to Psalms, I believe it's 50 and 16. Real quick. Yep, Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked the Most High said, what hast thou do to declare my statute, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? So the Lord asking the question, what the hell do you got to do with this book? And we know that the Bible is written by, for, and to the Israelites, man. Not to you goddamn devils, man. Because this devil don't follow not one law in the scriptures, man. Seeing that thou hatest instructions and casting my words behind thee. You know what I'm saying? That's what these devils do, man. They swearing on the Bible, but yet they throw it behind them, and they don't follow not one law in the book. They don't keep the land Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? They mixing and spicing genes, what the Lord said that's not to be so. You know, genetic, that's what you got, GMO foods and shit. Hybrid animals and all kinds of shit, man, this devil's doing, man. And all these things that he's doing is the scriptures speak against those things, man. The sodomite agenda. And it's leading to more decay, man. People are destroyed, man. Let me get another quick precept. Let's go to Job 9 and 24. And ultimately, is reason why it is because why? This is the reason why. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Esau is the wicked, man. The Most High is not in all his thoughts at all, man. He don't give a damn about the Lord. He don't give a damn about the angels. And he don't give a damn about the Lord's children, man. His congregation. He don't care, man. He's the devil at the end of the day. It said he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And he covered the faces of the judges. And who are the judges? The sons of God, the Israelites. True judgment is not being implemented on the earth. And the result of that is what? Moral decay. People are destroyed, man. Family structures. Everything is out of order, man. It said, it is so, how did we get here? The crude DNA and nature of man, biology designed as a survival fittest, is always in a spiritual battle for balance, control over his or her care, value systems, and navigation of a quest. Stay guided, yada, yada, yada. Jump down a little bit. It said today, America is more divided and polarized than any other time since Civil War, and that's coming, man. Believe it or not, man. You're going to have an insurrection, man, because these devils are divided. Everything is divided, man. And that's what these devils want, man. You got the juice versus the unjuice. Men versus women. Fruits versus straights, man. All kinds of things going on, man. And this brewing is going to lead to auto chaos out here, man. And that's what these leaks want, because they want to, bring chaos so they can justify them bringing in order. That new world order, man. But anyway, it said today America is more divided and polarized than any time since the Civil War, and the moral decay is now manifesting violence and chaos in our streets. Woo! And then we don't see, and don't we see that? And it's finna get a lot worse, man. real quick. Let's go to Isaiah. Slakia. Isaiah 19 and 1. I'm gonna start at 2. Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. I'm gonna start at 1. The burden of Egypt. Because we know America, spiritually is known as Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And that we seeing the sights of the chariots more now. Let you know these are signs that the Lord is about to pay, is going to destroy this place, man. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Because a lot of these things in which we're seeing, what is adultery, the sodomite behavior, the hitman office with the babes, all these things are tied into idol worship at the end of the day. And we're going to get that. It said verse 2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his neighbor, and everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what you're seeing right now, man. Insurrection, and it's going to get a lot worse. You just waiting to see, man. But anyway, I'm going to finish reading this article. It says, truth and reality are drowned out of the shrill voice. Revisionist history reigns, and propaganda has set the narrative that had created many Americans participate in mass delusion. That's what you're seeing, man. These people are fucking literally under spell. And call Allah Yahweh Shemyaw Shah that we've been made free from this spell, man. Because when you talk to the average American, these people don't know what the hell is going on. Especially Jake, man. Jake ass is completely done, man. You may have people that's hip to what's going on here and there, but for the most part, these people are fucking through. It said religion back in 1972, only 7% of all adults had no religion affiliation. Today, 1/5 of the U.S. public and 1/3 of adults under 30 are religiously unaffiliated. You know what I'm saying? We don't promote Christianity because we know what they have done to our people. It says sanctity of life. There have been 61 million hitmen. I'm gonna say that again. We got 61 million abort missions performed in the United States since Roe v. Wade. You know what I'm saying? Was decided back in 1973. Approximately 1/3 of all women who had went to the hitman office will have multiplied baby deaths in a lifetime. Black women has the highest hitman rate at 30.1%, man. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And our women been duped into doing that. It was through the Christian church that advocated for our women to partake in that behavior, man. And like I said, all these things are tied to idol worship. Let's get that real quick. Don't you? Let's get that real quick. What if I did that? Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 23. And while they slew their children in sacrifices and used secret ceremonies or made revelings of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriage any longer undefiled. And that's what these I believe it was going to the Canaanites, man. And it's the same thing going on in here, man. The different nations, when we went to go take the land, the Lord, this was the customs of the nation that was living in the Holy Land they was practicing, man. And that which is then is now. The same thing's going on right now, man. But anyway, let me get that again. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 23. And while they slew their children in sacrifices or used secret ceremonies or made revelings of strange rite, they kept neither lives nor marriage any longer undefiled. but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery, and that's big time here in America, man. You got this damn, it was a damn stupid ass a nigga woman. This bitch was promoting in a rap song her murking her child, man. Why standing in front of the hitman office on the car, man? Showing that this place is through, man. And these people don't understand that all these things in which you're doing is tied to an idol, man. And the elites know these things, because you got to realize who run the, who controls, who really in control of a kingdom is really the priesthood, and their priesthood is on the left hand side, man. What you think Hollywood is about, man? The word Hollywood goes back to Hollowwood, which the Jewish used to use to cast spell upon people, man. And all these actors and entertainers, and man, they ain't nothing but lower level witches on the left hand side, pawns for the elites to use to cast spells upon people, to push an idea and an agenda, to persuade you to really pretty much to turn away from your power, man. And I'm speaking to you Jakes, man, at the end of the day. Verse 25, so that they reign in all men without exception, blood, manslaughter, theft, dissimulation. Now we not seeing these things. This is hip hop, man. In a nutshell. Corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men. You can't even be a good man in this society. They'll take full advantage of your ass, man. Forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind. You got transformers walking around. Other day I was going to the store to get some incense, and there's a goddamn strong ass nigga in a dress standing in front of the goddamn store, man. Through disordered marriages, that's not even, marriage is not even sacred no more. I was talking to my lady the other day, we was just talking about how, they desensitize us to sex. Something that's sacred is sex, between, a beautiful thing that the Lord created, for man and woman to enjoy, to procreate. You know what I'm saying? This nigga turned it and made it to something abominable, man. Got orgies and shit going on, man. All kinds of shit, man. Adultery and shameless uncleanliness. For the worshiping idols not to be selected, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil, man. And that's what you're seeing, man. And all these things are tied to an idol at the end of the day. Let's go back to this article. It said adolescents aged 15 to 19 accounted for just 12% of all hitmen's deaths in 2019 in the USA, down from 18 to 2012. 18% in 2012, man. And that's big time, man, here in America, man. And Jake doesn't do it out of ignorance, but he's not realizing that all this shit is tied to the idol, and you got blood on your hands, especially the nigga woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they out here just having sex and and just being unresponsible at the end of the day. It says sexual promiscuity, if I'm saying that correctly. 1 in 2 sexual active person will contract an STD by the age 25, man. That's crazy, man. And all these things come back because why? The laws, statutes, commandments is not being practiced here, man. A lot of diseases, happen because sexual immorality, man. One night stands, orgies, women sleeping with dudes. You don't even know this person from, you sleeping with person, you don't even sleeping with strangers, you don't even know them from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these, you got a lot of these people be down low, women be all kinds of wickedness, man. And Paul spoke of these things, man, real quick. Let's go to Romans 1 and 25. The book of Romans, chapter 1 and 25. And in America, Rome lives through America, man. Remember the scriptures say what? He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. What's the image of the beast? There's that number Rome all over again. Same thing going on, man. Bread and circus, sexual immorality, sexual promiscuity, if I'm saying that correctly, all kinds of wickedness, man. It says Romans 1 and 25, 23. Who changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into the image made like unto corruptible man, or to birds or four-footed beasts and creeping things? And you see that a lot. You know, one of the main idols that they worship is Baphomet. That goat head with the, you know, that dual gender god with the goat head with the titties and two sexes and shit. That's big time. They got, I believe they got a statue of that up there in Detroit. It said, wherefore the Most High gave them up unto uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. And that's what you're seeing, man. You got men chopping off their rods for chopping off their rods, getting man-made boxes, man. You then they gotta ask. You then they gotta ask. They got the power to change their birth. You then they gotta deal with a woman you don't even know. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. You get the drift. But anyway, wherefore the Most High gave them up unto uncleanness through the lust of their own heart, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Who changed the truth of the Most High to lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever? Amen. That's what you're seeing, man. You know, the fear of the Lord is taught by what? The precept of man. And then in this society, these people don't even believe in God at all. You got even Jake's talking about the atheists, man. And that's why 2/3 got to go, man. But anyway, verse 26, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto a vile affection. That's a vile affection for a man to lust after another man, man. Because what fruit can you bring forth with that, man, but death and disease, man, and confusion? It said, for that women did change the natural use that. It's like, I'm going to read that again. Romans 1 and 26. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto a vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Because what's a woman's role? To be a nurturer, you know, to help forward a man's legacy, man, to be, to help raise children and to have children, man. Not to be grinding and licking on another goddamn woman, man. And the other day I went to bowling with my family, and there's a bunch of goddamn studies walk in, man. Bunch of mini Britney grinders, man. Through. And let you know that this place is spiritually Sodom as well, man. Verse 27. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of a woman, burning their lust one towards another. And now you got niggas like Little Nas X. This nigga get to be paraded on the goddamn TV screen like he's some fucking hero, pushing that goddamn agenda upon our children, man. Now you got fucking cartoons with men swapping swit with other men, man, which is a goddamn an abomination, man. At the end of the day, and what do you think the Lord gonna do to this place? He gonna destroy it like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. It said, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of that error which was meat, man. And that's why a lot of these niggas dying from the Magic Johnson, if you know what I mean. These niggas gotta take pill. You know there's something wrong when you gotta take a fucking pill to partake in that lifestyle, man. You know. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, man. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, that's big here. Wickedness, covetousness, that's big here. And call Allah Yahweh Shema Rashai 144. Maliciousness, man. Full of any envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispering, backbiters, haters of the Most High. And that's big time here in America, man. Especially when we go on our ways and edges. Jake hate to hear this truth. Because why the scriptures say what? Amos 5 and 10, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. Despiteful, proud, everybody's proud, man. Yeah, even you got niggas that know that they Israelites, they acting proud, man. Boasters. Niggas want to brag about what they doing and how they, you know what I'm saying? Inventors of evil things. Disobedient parents. Literally and spiritual parents, man. Without natural affection, covenant breakers. I mean, without understanding. You know, Jake don't know a goddamn thing. Jake don't even know his left from his right. covenant breakers without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. These people are unmerciful, man. Unreasonable. You can't deal with them, man, at all. Who, knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do it. And those who promote, well, you got the right to love who you want to love. You got them politically correct jakes, man. Hell no, man. You just as guilty as the niggas that's doing that. Because you're not standing out and speaking out against it, man. And what did the Lord say real quick before I jump back to the article? Psalms 94 and 16. Because the men of the Lord are only ones that's in this spirit, man. Who will rise up against me? Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity, man? And the only people that you see speaking out against it is the men of the Lord. You may have a couple Edomites or even some Jakes here and there or some other heathens speaking out against it. But for the most part, who the main ones speaking out against all this wickedness, man? It's the men of the Lord, man. Condemning these fucking behaviors in which we seeing that's being pushed in society, man. But anyway, let's jump back to this article. So I don't want to make it too long. Teens birth, yada yada yada. Because they make it seem like having, children at a young age is something wrong. And when I say young age, I'm talking about ages, 13 on up, man. Because in the times past, that was the norm. But hey, we live in a society where you get shunned upon that. But meanwhile, this nigga get to have relations with 8-year-old boys and shit like that, man. Showing that this devil's a goddamn hypocrite. And then not to say let me rephrase it. Not to say to go out and do that shit, because you got to be wise. We're not in the times to be dealing with women of that age, man, because of the society we live in and the laws that's being put in place, man. But you best believe when the kingdom of heaven be established, man, hey, we're gonna be dealing with women, at a young age, 15, reasonable age, man. It ain't gonna be no goddamn 30, 40-year-old virgins in the hell no, man. But anyway, you get the drift. It says nuclear family. According to the Pew research, only 50% of all America are currently married, as opposed to 72% in the 1960s. And you seeing that's decline, definitely, man. You speak of marriage and people look at you like you crazy. And really, true marriage, what consecrates marriage is sex, man. Not you going to the goddamn courthouse and some goddamn weirdo with a goddamn white collar on, with a black shirt and a white collar in it. Somebody do you, saying, by the power invested in me. No, man. It said U.S. birth rate fell from 32 years. Birth rate fell to a 32-year low in 2018. And the main people, the main nations being affected by that is the Edomites, man. Fiscal, pretty much going to the economy, and we seeing that this economy is about to collapse at any moment, and the elites want this to happen as well. Crime is big time, and let us know that violence, and let us know that we are living in the last days, man, because of violence has it's covered the earth. What did the Lord say real quick? Let's go to Luke 17 and 26. It said, and as in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. And what was going on in the time of Noah is going to go into. They did eat, they drink, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. And real quick, let's go to that count in Genesis. Genesis 6. And 5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continuing. And it's the same thing you seeing now, man. Wickedness is being uplifted. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy men who have created from the face of the earth, both man and beasts, and the creeping things and the fowls of the air, for repenting me that I have made them. But Noah have found grace in the eyes of the Lord, and we hoping we have found grace in the eyes of the Lord as we are coming into the steed of Noah. Because what Noah was doing, prophesying, speaking against that wicked generation, man. And at the same time, he was building that ark that he may be covered from the storm that was to come, that flood. And we're doing the same thing in spirit, man. You know, we go on these highways and edges and we repenting and making our bodies a living sacrifice and hope that we'll be covered when the Lord bring that fire to this place, man. And before that fire is going to be all sorts of calamities that in which the Lord is about to bring upon this place, whether it's famine, the sword, pestilence, disease, teeth of wild beasts, you know. And these things are prepared for the wicked, man. Especially the wicked of our people, man. But anyway, let's jump down to this 11. Genesis 6 and 11. And the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And that's what we're seeing. Violence, man. Everywhere, man. In your major cities there, or even the small cities, man. It's just violence. People are just losing their fucking mind, man. It said the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his ways upon the earth. And it's so bad that Esau promotes the shit. He uplifts violence. You got this motherfucking movie, I ain't check it out, and I'm not gonna even watch it. Fucking Dahmer, that's on Netflix, man. Uplifting cannibalism. Now they, you know, they're glorifying this nigga. This man-eating weirdo. That's what Esau, he like to uplift his criminals and shit and glorify them through his movies and shit. You know what I'm saying? It said crime according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited, yada yada yada. There are 859,500 registered sex offenders, man. And that's big time, if I'm saying that number correctly. That's big time here, man. And that's just them that's just those who are registered. Imagine those who are not registered, man. That's getting away with that shit, man. You know, children are not safe here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's miserable, man. What the scriptures say? Proverbs. Oh, I got the note written down. I got some notes. Hey, Proverbs 29:16. It said, when the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase, but the righteous shall see their fall. And that's what you're seeing, man. Wickedness is being multiplied. When that damn devil biting adds off with the first thing he signed, that 8-year-olds can change their goddamn sex, man. Here you are. You can't go buy goddamn. You can't even buy liquor from a liquor store, but you can. You got the right to change your goddamn sex. Got this damn clown, D Wade. This damn nigga, stupid ass nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Got his son helping promote that shit with his son, man. And it's all, you know, witchcraft, and it's all war against you tribes, man. Because remember, his son name was Zion. And, you know, let's get that on the definition of Zion. For those who don't know. I believe Zion means monument, man. The monument, Parch Place. Yeah, monument, man. A sign, man. A monument for what? Righteousness, man. You know, this they turned that and made it to something wicked, man. And what the scriptures say, the righteous, because a lot of people been seduced here, man. Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seducing them. And now people been seduced, man, into accepting that fucking lifestyle, man. You know? Because why? That's Esau's MO, man. What you think the goddamn Romans and Greeks was all about, man? Bunch of moles, man. Alexander the Freak and all them damn nasty niggas, man. Then they was big into that, man. You know, right along with the rest of these goddamn heathens, man. But anyway, the U.S. has the largest incarceration rate in the world and the largest prison population. Because well, you got the prison industrial complex, man, which I did a lesson on it a while back. You go into that, man. You know, culture. It said 1 in 6 U.S. adults take one or more psychiatric drugs, man. That's big time here, man. You know, witchcraft, sorcery, man. And the Lord speaks of those things. Let's get there real quick. The mistress of witchcraft, man. That's America, man. You know, I believe it's in Nahum. Get that real quick in the NLT. I mean, in the blue letter. I think this Slack here. Because of the multitude, let's go Nahum 3 and 4. Because America is spiritually known as Nineveh as well. And what was going on in Nineveh, man? You had sodomite. I believe that king was a goddamn cross-dresser. I could be wrong. You know, I ain't never really checked into the history of Nineveh, but you can do it. You know, Lord willing, I'm gonna get into the history of what's going on in Nineveh. But hey, that was going on, man. Like the scripture say, that which is then is now. And you had Jake in there going, you know, partaking in that lifestyle as well, man. Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft. Let's get that real quick. That word for witchcraft, I believe it goes to sorcery. Sorcery. Let's look that word up. I practice magic. Hold on, I believe it's bear with me. Do it like that. Witchcraft. I'm gonna jump back to that Nahum, though. I just want to look up the word for witchcraft. I believe I get it. Pharmakia. You know, you see a Walgreens every goddamn well. Pharmakia, the use of administrating of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry. Let's see, everything's entitled to an idol. Metaphor, deception, or seduction of idolatry, and that's big time here. Medication, man. A lot of these people on goddamn drugs, man, through. You know? Back to this article, said 1 in 6 in U.S. adults take one or more psychiatric drugs. Approximately 40 million Americans, a rise to 65% in 1999. 1 in 13 children taking psychiatric medication in the U.S., man. That's crazy, man. You got children taking goddamn psychiatric drugs. You got children that are depressed. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. And what the scriptures say, when the righteous bear rule, when the wicked are in authority, Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And people are mourning, man. Men, women, children, cats, dogs, birds, everything is mourning, man. Like the scriptures say real quick. Let's go to Romans 8, and I believe it's 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature, that's not it. Romans 8 and 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Everything is groaning, everything is mourning, man. The trees, this nigga's chemtrailing the goddamn sky every goddamn day, man. No one stop. You be like, God damn, when this nigga's gonna stop? Trees mourning, everything's mourning, bro, because the wicked is being ruled, man. And Esau, he's the cancer, man. He's the weed in the garden that needs to be plucked. It says 21 million Americans have at least one addiction, man. And Jake, you know, and it's just not drugs. People addict to food. They put a lot of goddamn chemicals in these foods, a lot of preservatives. You wonder why you craving the food. It's the chemicals that they put in it, man. You're not craving the actual dish, the chemicals they put in it. Why you think they, McDonald's and all that shit? And they come to find out, one of the Blood Elders posted a video, posted an article going into that. You know how they put, a lot of this fucking men to find out this goddamn man meat in your local Mickey D's, man. And who's to say another fat, in these little fast food chains, man? Right along with all kinds of chemicals and drugs and shit, man. It said drug overdose death have more than tripled since 1990, man. And a lot of they use these entertainers and athletes. Drug addicts was shunned upon, growing, when we was young, growing up, man. But now it's uplifted, man. Now, Jake, and they use these hip hop guys to push the shit. And it started with that nigga, fucking Lil Wayne ass, man. It could be, before him, but hey, I'm gonna use the main face of pushing that shit, man. The lean and the goddamn ecstasy pills and shit like that, man. And Jake got caught up in that, man. And we was once caught up in that lifestyle, man, doing partakers in that thing. And call all y'all about Shema Shada, he pulled us out from those, from that behavior, man. More than 700,000 Americans died from overdose on drugs. Alcohol and drug addiction costs the U.S. economy over $600 billion every year. Damn. Everybody's alcoholics. And you brothers, we need to watch out with that, man. The scriptures go into that, man. Strong drink should be bitter. Oh, let's go to wine. I believe it's in Isaiah. Let me do it like this. Let's go to Isaiah. This is Isaiah 24. Yep. Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish, and people are languishing, man. Let's get that word from language. Let's go to the blue letter. Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languishes. And then look up the word languish. And the beloved elder Yasharama was going to article out, pretty much that's a new term that came up, languishing. And showing that the scriptures are speaking, man. To be weak, to droop, to be exhausted, man. And we exhausted, man. And it's just through the Spirit of the Lord that we able to continue to fight the good fight of faith. Because without the Lord, we'll be through. To be weak, to grow feeble, to languish, man. To be sick, man. People are mentally, spiritually, and physically sick, man. Through. To hang down their head, man. You look around, people are fucking through, man. Everybody. They may act like they, but hey, people are miserable, man. And that's why we need to get the hell up out of here, man. It said the earth also is defiled under the habits there. It says, Slakia, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish, and these people, these proud ass people now, reality smacking their ass, man. And they through because they don't have the truth. They don't know what's going on. They don't know where to go. And that's when a lot of them turn into drugs into the bottle, man. Or to other means to cope with reality, man. Whether it's sex, sleeping with just random people, man, all kinds of shit, man. People are through, man. It said the earth also is defiled under the habits thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt, and few men left. And we know who's the cursed, Esau, man. The cursed people are running the earth, man. a cursed nation, although we're cursed, but Esau, he's literally cursed from the earth, man. He's literally contrary to the earth. He's the cancer that needs to be ultimately burned from this fucking earth, man. It says, verse 7, the new wine mourneth, and the vine languish, and all that merry heart do sigh, man. The mirth of the tabret cease, man, and mirth is gone, man. Especially since that planning that they did back in 2019, 2020. You know, they destroyed the mirth of this place. These people are through. Juiced up and through, man. Ready to receive the Karama so they can be destroyed. But anyway, the noise of them that rejoice inneth, and the joy of the heart ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with songs. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. And people are drinking, man, to numb themselves from reality, man. The city confusion is broken down. We know that speaking of this is Babylon, man. Because the word Babylon goes back to the word Babel, which means confusion. Every house is shut up and no man may come in. You know what I'm saying? There is crying for wine in the streets, and all the joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, man. This place is done, man. You go down to these big cities. Look, you go to Chicago, through, man. You know, that place, you know, downtown to be packed, but now people barely go down there. A lot of businesses are closed. And it's only finna get a lot worse, especially as this economy, you know, begins to collapse, man. I'm going to read a little bit more of this article and then bring out some couple precepts and close up. It says compulsive sexual behavior disorder, sex addiction / porn addiction is growing diagnosis in the web and the web. I ain't gonna say that. Child, you know, PORN is a $30 billion industry, and you got these goddamn fucking quote unquote American government officials. They be into that shit, man. The pizza on GATE. This nigga ordering slices. You think he ordered some cheese pizza? This nigga ordering boys and little girls, man. From ages from newborn to 5, man. Seen that nigga Joe Biden, man, sniffing a little boy hell on goddamn on national television, man, showing that these ain't nothing but the Greeks and Romans back again, man. There are now, and then now you got Jake in that fucking lifestyle as well. Jake be partaking in it. Your boy Epstein, man. Come to find out, it was, you know, you had Jake celebrities that was on the island. Chris Tucker, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and so on and so forth. It said there are more than 60 options under choose gender on Facebook, and the biology is no longer pertinent. The transformers in disguise can compete against females in collegiate sports, and male are being selected as high school prom queens, man. This place is through, man. You can read this article on your own, man. Look at this shit, man. Through. Yeah, you can check this article out on your own. Federal got a lot of good info, and this I'm actually first time going through. I'm reading alone, you know, in this lesson. My first time going through this article, man. I'm gonna check this out alone by myself, man. Read more of this, man. But it shows, man, this place is done, man. Anyways, pull out a couple more precepts and I'm gonna close out. Let's go to 2 Timothy's. Before we get there, let's go to Matthew 24. I believe it's 16. Because the Lord said that, you know. Was it 24 and 16? 24 and 12, Slakia. Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, man. That's what you're seeing, man. The love of many are waxing cold, man. People don't give a damn about nobody and nothing no more. Everybody adopted this mano imani, you know, dog eat dog mentality, man. This is 2 Timothy 3 and 2. 3 and 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own self, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers. We seeing all these things being pushed and promoted, man. False accusers, incontent, Fierce despiser of those that are good. And as this squeeze on society begins to happen, man, hey, these behaviors are finna get a lot worse. You're gonna start to see some of your own family members, you know, coming to, start acting more like in these behaviors, man. Why you just watch and see? Especially when the society starts to break down, because remember, hey, a lot of these jakes on drugs and alcohol, a lot of them addicted to something, whether it's sex, porn, and whatever the case may be. So when they don't have access to these things, when all these things are taken away from them, these people gonna lose their goddamn mind. And on top of that, they not gonna have the spirit with them. What did the Lord said, real quick? I believe it's in the Apocrypha. Let's go like that. Ain't gonna pop up like that. Yep. 2nd Ezra 5:9. And salt water shall be found in sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chambers. And these people are gonna be losing their goddamn mind, man. And the only people that's gonna have their wit is gonna be what? The men of the Lord. Because why? What it says in Isaiah 33:6, I'm not gonna get it. Wisdom and knowledge is gonna be the stability of our times, man. And the fear of the Lord is the strength. And let's get that real on the butcher it. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm just gonna get it anyway. Just in case we got some new listeners. Isaiah 33:6. And it reads, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. And wisdom and knowledge is going to be stability of our times. And Lord willing, we open to be covered in those times to come, man. And we are in these times, and we are in the times, man. We in the beginning phases of it, and it's only feeling a lot worse. But anyway, let's go back to 2 Timothy 3:4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, and that's social media, man. The social media era has literally pushed this mindset on people, man. Everybody want to be a god. Everybody want to be worshipped. Everybody want to be praised, man. And they doing anything they can to get to attain that, man. To that what? That instant gratification. Love is a pleasure more than love is the Most High. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. For such turn away, from such turn away, man. And that's what you're seeing, man. These people are destroyed, man. And I quoted her. I'm going to get this real quick. Ecclesiastes 10:5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. And that folly has been set in great dignity, man. Got this nigga Saucy Santana. This nigga's being promoted. Him and goddamn Trina making a goddamn song talking about no voting, no vexing. No voting, no fucking. Whatever the fuck that mean, man. Your ass gonna be destroyed. Sauce, whatever the hell your name is. And that bitch Trina, man. Real quick, I'm gonna close out on this. Go to Sirach 10:1. And ultimately the reason why these people are in the spirit, because the rulers, the powers that be. Sirach 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. And his nigga is not wise, man. None whatsoever. Because why? He's a child, man. At the end of the day, Esau is a child. He's not fit to rule. And he don't even know how to govern himself. So how the hell he can govern the world when he don't even know how to govern himself? This nigga he can't control himself from sticking his rod in a little boy, man. But this nigga can tell you how to run your life. The irony of this damn devil, man. But anyway, verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his rulers. So are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And these people are their father, the devil, especially you Jakes, man. Because Esau's the original nigga. He's the real gangster. Well, they say the real OG. Yeah, he's the original gangster, man. Verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited, man. The power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and in due time he will set set over it one that is profitable. And that's what we're waiting for, the Lord to return, Yahweh Shai. And he's going to set everything back in order. Yahweh Shai, King David, the rest of the 12 and the rest of the 144,000, which is going to be the new ruling government to come, man. And Lord willing, you know, I'll be part of that number, man. Right along with the rest of the 1/3, man, because this place got to be destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave it at that. You know, I pray that this video is edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. I want to say, call Hola Yahweh by Shema Shah by Shirin Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and as always, peace and salutation to Ophi elect. I want to say Shabbat Shalom to you, brethren. I hope you have a peace and a wonderful day. Shalom and a Baba Ball.